Hi, I'm Jarkko Salogi from EVLI Research Equity Team, and I'm joined today by the CEO of Eltel, Mr. Casimir Lindholm. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hello, Casimir. You released your Q3 report today. Could you start by walking us through the results?
Yes, Q3 as such, if we look at the Nordic markets, we are following our plan, and all markets in the Nordics are developing in the right direction, mainly thanks to efficiency and productivity initiatives during the last couple of years. So that said, we still had a disappointment in the Q3, and that comes mainly from our high voltage business in Poland. And that is partly because of increased material prices and partly because we have been closing a couple of old projects, and we see some delays in projects in general in the Polish market. So those two aspects were the disappointing ones, but all in all, the Nordics, our home market, is developing according to plan.
Okay. You mentioned that you had some profitability challenges in high voltage business. Could you maybe expand a bit on the impact of that?
Yes, it is a loss-making business. All in all, minus 7.6 million euros this year loss. So it's of course heavily impacting the group all in all, and that roughly 2 million of that comes from increased material prices. So, for example, in the Polish high voltage market, when we are building overhead lines, we have fixed prices in those projects, and over the last 10 to 12 months, the prices of steel has doubled, and then of course we are challenged on the margin side when we get increases of that substantial level in the raw material price. So that's one of the effects, and the other one is then we need to improve the project management and completion of those projects. All projects, those are mainly taken between 2014 and 2016, and now ending or close to an end. And during Q3, we closed 2 of those old projects, and that was partly also then seen in the negative result.
Okay. You're seeing some challenges, I've understood, with the raw materials. Is there anything else on the market currently that with COVID-19, and so that how are you seeing the market environment currently and maybe going forward?
Yes, I mean COVID-19 has impacted us through the year, and then particularly in Q3, I would say we saw that impact in Norway, partly because of quarantine situations, partly because a bit increased sick leaves, but mainly through the fact that we see postponements in some customer projects. That has an effect and then an indirect effect from COVID-19, partly on B2C side, but also on B2B side. And particularly in Norway, as I mean, the society as such was closed down for some periods during this and last year. So we see some effect of that. Going forward, we assume that these effects will go away. Then, of course, given that the overall situation remains on a good level in the Nordics regarding COVID-19, and that there are no new surprises in that area popping up.
Okay. So you've been also during the current and prior years, you've been taking steps to improve your operational efficiency. Could you maybe walk us through a bit what has been done recently, and how do you see this, or how do you see the results of these in the coming quarters or the next year?
Yes, we started with the productivity and efficiency project in Finland already 2018-19, and now we can see positive effects of that, given the fact that Finland is delivering a very solid result this year. So we can see effects of that. We did the same similar project in Denmark last year, and despite a drop in the net sales, we can see positive effects from that work also in Denmark. And now a similar project has been started in Eltel Sweden, and with the similar tools and we expect that we'll see a positive effect from that in 2022 and onwards. So that's one part. Then of course we have been looking also at fixed costs in all countries and on group level, and there I think we are on a good level now in for example in Finland, and on group level we are 1% of the overall overhead costs, and that's I think a good level in this size of a company. So those are measures that we have taken on the cost side and efficiency and productivity side.
Okay. So thank you very much for walking us through the Q3 results and the other topics. Thank you, and I hope you all a good day.
Thank you. All the same to you.